Well, hello, Miss Sherry Berry, all
Hello,
bandaged up and
Miss.
with your shoulder harness on. How do you feel? Hey, Terry T, good to see you. We're back, the original dynamic duo. How you
I
feeling?
feel okay. I feel okay. Um, I have good days, I have bad days, but I've been having a couple of good days, so
Well, that's good. You haven't been sitting down, I know, because you've done a lot. But you look good.
thanks. I took a shower.
Oh, well, that's good. Are you able to like lift
I
it
have
and do things like that, or like what are your limitations still? We're talking about Sherry
I
Berry surgery, so she had surgery on her shoulder.
I can't lift my arm out forward, like I can't do this. I can't lift above my head. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
do like out like this, but I can do everything with my elbow.
Hmm.
Um, so like putting deodorant on under this arm is impossible. Um, Washing my hair, I go
Well, your
tip my
hat,
hair head up.
if you can get it under one arm, just don't move this arm a lot.
Yeah, I can't. Um, so to wash my hair, I already wash my hair upside down, so that really works. I just use one hand on my scalp, and then my right hand I can bend and wash the bottom parts of it. Uh, but I bought an
Tina,
electric
am I
toothbrush
live on
because
Facebook? Oh yeah, I am because Miss Julie on there because it said I had to reconnect to Facebook, and I'm like, I already did that, but I must be right. Cool. Hey, Miss Julie, how are you? I saw you guys live. Listen, I saw Miss Julie speaking yesterday. Were you there while she was speaking?
no, I was outside.
So I saw it because they live streamed it. Miss Julie was sassy yesterday. I said, "Go, Miss Julie, with your
Was
little
she
cute
a little
little dress."
sassy?
She was all cute in her little dress. I said, "Hey, Miss Julie." She was getting it done. I like it.
Good.
Yes. So, and what we're talking about is a psychic fair. So, how did you enjoy it? Was that your first one? How? Hi, Kathleen. Did you like it?
That was my first one as a vendor. I liked it. I got to meet a lot of really nice other vendors. I do have to say that some of the other vendors, I don't know what it is. Um, Ego, maybe. I have no idea. But most of the people that were there were very, very kind and very, very nice. Um, so I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I sold a bunch of tea.
Oh, that's good. So, since you
So
had it
I'm
pre-made and you normally put your intentions on it when they ask you, so you just kind of set intentions, pre-intentions for
I
some of them and be so how'd
I
you do
did.
that?
I did. So every right before I made every recipe, I sat down, meditated, and asked for divine guidance from my um, medical team per se, and asked them if they could give me the guidance I needed and bring me the ideas of formulas that would possibly do well. So a lot of my stuff was like for mucus, fever, cold and flu, immunity, headache, um, just simple stuff like that. And I do have extras. I almost ran out of brain fog. Made one for brain fog, and I almost ran out of that.
That's everybody now. Hi, everybody. Hi, Haley. Hi, Nikki. If you guys have a question, just go ahead, post your question. Kina will tag your question. We don't seem to have a lot of people in the chat right now. That's probably because we haven't been on it so long, and people are like, "What? They're on," and we're kind
What?
of
They're
time
on.
shift. Right with the time shift. It's a little bit different. So we may be an hour earlier on the East Coast and everything. So we'll give people a time that we could chit chat forever. So go ahead, put your questions in there. Kina will pin your questions, and then we'll get to answering them quickly. But I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish about your
Oh,
the tea.
so yeah, they all had like I asked for the and gods to come in and bless it, or my higher powers to come in and bless whatever. I just knocked you guys out. I have no idea what you're. Oh crap! What is this? Sorry, I hit
Get to
something.
move the street. Yeah, right. Everything disappeared. I'm like, well, I can hear them talking, but where did they go? Did you do anything
um,
special for the 1111 portal? I just my regular pull some money out, pull some things out, trying to get me a husband, snatching him out by his neck, trying to get me some good things for the 11
You know
11.
that I was just waiting. I just wanted to. Okay, so I can't drive. I'm not supposed to drive.
But offered to come meet me at the hospital. I said, well, how are you gonna get there? First of all, you already drive like a bat out of hell with two arms, with one arm. And is it your driving arm that's messed up? Like your main arm?
Yeah.
Right. So now you gonna drive me to the hospital. We both gonna be in the ER. But I thank you.
So I just was hoping to get through the day yesterday. That's all I just wanted to get through and survive. And I will tell you, when by the time I got home and Peyton's like, I said, let's go get something to eat. And we went and got gyros and shawarma at this pita place around the corner. And thank you, Divine Empath. Um, and then I came home and we started watching Loki and I fell asleep. I was just fell asleep.
And she started it off right with love, my favorite.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Vanessa. She said, feel better. All right, Keena are
I'm
adding you
working
all to
on
the
it.
list. You got any new cards lately? Like I said, I got 3 new decks there in the mailbox, and I was too lazy to walk over there and get them. So I text my son, when you come in for work, just pick up my packages at the gate when you come.
No, I did. My friend gave me a deck about a month ago, and I haven't really messed with it. It's an impressionist, so all the artists are impressionists, like Monet, um, different different artists, and I'm not really great with painters, but it's very, very pretty. I do have what is it? Wild Mystic Oracle deck and
I
a
don't have a lot of Oracle decks.
mushroom deck.
I like the tarot because it's just like snatching the band-aid off. It just gets right to it. I feel like for me, and this is just my opinion, I feel like the Oracle decks are a little bit too flowery, and they just be like, it
They're
just be a nice way
fluffy.
of saying sit your ass down. Like literally, they be like, oh, well, maybe you
I
should go there and have a seat, and just calm down. The tarot deck be like, hey, sit your ass down before this tower card knock you out.
Right. And people ask me the difference when I did the thing at Kids in Focus a couple weeks ago. I was doing, they were like, what is a metaphysical reading? And I said, well, I'm doing pendulum reading because there's 2 other tarot deck readers out there that have volunteered. And so I did the pendulum and I did Oracle. And they were asking me, what's the difference? And I said, Oracle's fluffy and sweet and cuddly and, hugs. And tarot is,
Just wrap yourself in the
it's just
loving
gonna
arms of
fucking
nature.
it's gonna tell you. I mean, it's just gonna be down and dirty, and I tell people I'm a down and dirty reader. That's just what I am.
I'm trying to think of a different spread to do for Miss the lady who asked for divine empathic tarot. She asked for a love reading or what's up in love, and I wanted to do a different spread for her than just a regular spread. And I'm trying to think of one of the spreads I did that was related to love, but I'm tapping into her energy too. Oh, so since you can't use your cards, is it harder for? Are you doing more psychic since you can't use your cards, or like I guess you could just spread them out and just pull a card that you're like. There's this one lady. She has been take. Oh, you are. Look at you shuffling your cards. Like I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be doing that, so I'm not gonna yell at you. But there's a lady. She spreads them all out and then she rubs her hand all over it, and wherever she pulls the energy, she pulls a card out. So I was gonna suggest that, but look at you being a badass.
No, my second day, the day like my surgery was Thursday, Saturday, I was making sure I could shuffle a deck of cards. And I talked to physical therapy and they were like, that's great because you're using your wrist. So I have wrist
Okay, that's
exercises and
bad.
elbow exercises that I have to do.
Oh,
So
how did the first physical therapy go? Did it hurt?
it is
Was it
not,
okay?
yeah, physical therapy's been going good. So I
Is it
started doing
painful or is it just
what?
is it painful?
No,
Because
no, they won't let me. They're like, make sure you know your pain levels or your, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I listen.
mine is 0.
Mine is 0. Well, mine's pretty high, but I listened. I really had to psych myself out before the surgery and say I am going to sit on my ass for 2 weeks. It was hard. Of course, there was a couple times I did not sit on my ass because it's just not who I am. But I
Okay,
did.
Tina, you can go and put
I did
Divine
that.
Empathic
Did
question up. We should be ready to read her. Because when are we ever going to sit down? It just seems foreign to us not to be doing something. Like laying in the bed is just like, I know I should be doing something.
right?
No, I have not put my tree up, Terry T. Like, listen, I'm so lazy that I'm looking up trees online that's already decorated. You just take it out the box, put it on a pole, and it's already got the bows on it, got the lights on it, got everything on it. I found 3 different kinds that's already everything. Like just bloop bloop and just take it out the box, put it in the corner, and there it is, already decorated. And then my son's 17, Terry T, so he's not really into the like in a Christmas like that. I suppose if I decorate, he'll be happy. Like I got these snow globes that I usually bring out when it's Christmas time, and so I'll probably put them across the fireplace and maybe find some of our old stockings. But it's not that bad. Miss Cora Keena will let you know when you're added to the queue. Just go ahead, post your questions if you have a questions. If you want a general, that's fine. Just whatever you want. Keena, we got
A troll.
a troll on
Facebook.
Facebook. Just Jesus, people. Oh my God. I cannot tell you what somebody else's feelings are towards you, Miss Cora. It is my own personal preference that I don't have Antonio's permission to tap into his energy. And for me, a reading is like going into somebody's diary or journal, like reading their thoughts and things. If he wanted you to know, he would tell you. And so it is my personal practice that I don't read somebody else's thoughts if they don't give me permission to do it. So I can give you a general love reading, but I cannot tell you what his feelings are towards you because I don't have permission to tap into his energy, and that's just my own personal thing. And if you're questioning, I mean, that's one of the indications. When you're questioning, you have to go to somebody and ask. If somebody's truly into you, then they'll let you know. Like I just met this guy. I can tell that he's into me because every day he texts me, "Oh, how you doing? I want to see you. I can't wait to our first date. When can we go out? Blah 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 blah." I know strongly that he wants to date me because he tells me every single day, "You're so pretty. I can't wait to our first date. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for that." If I'm questioning his feelings for me, then obviously he is not trying to date me. But I can't give you a general love reading. Okay. All right. So Miss Divine Empathic Tara, you can go ahead and go first, Miss Sheri Berry.
So I'm doing my playing deck of cards, and um, I've got the Jack of Clubs, and the Jack of Clubs is usually is represented a male and or a friend that you have similar interests in. Clubs are also wands, which is like work, boundaries, careers. Um, so I found it quite interesting. Like there could be a friend or sibling or a male influence that you guys have the same goals and things that's already in your life. I did get the Ace of Hearts, which is the beginning of a romance, or it also could be like reconciliating with an old loved one. Um, but this Jack of Spades kind of worries me. It's somebody that is deceitful, bad news. It's a rebel. They're um they're untrustworthy, and it's also in a lover's position. So I'm wondering if you have two because I get two male or two not maybe male, but two energies. Sorry, cards are not gender specific. Um, two influences that you're maybe volleying between, and you like the bad guy image, the bad that person is not healthy for you. The other one, it seems to be very subtle that you may not even realize is there. I don't know. I get this feeling like you're stuck between two people.
Miss Impact, Divine Empathic Tarot, are you here? So that kind of coincides with what I got to some degree. The first thing I got as I was shuffling before I even asked a question, but I knew I was already in her energy. I got the Strength card, and it fell out with the Lovers on top of it. So for me, they showed me this. So I pulled the Strength card, and I said, "Oh, okay. What are you saying about the Strength card?" And they showed me a piece of paper being torn, and they said your heart has been torn several times. Like you're in that stage where you've had a broken heart. They didn't show me the Three of Swords. They literally showed me a piece of paper being torn, like your heart been torn in two. So that could be two lovers. That could just be the breakdown of a relationship where you've been going through a lot of struggles and you've had the strength to repair yourself, to move yourself forward, because they don't show me that you're completely torn, like it's like it ripped but the paper still stay together. So to me, that's a mendable thing. You could take that right up, you can glue that together, you can put you know what I'm saying, you can mend that so it's mendable. You're in a state where you've gotten past that, you've gotten over the broken heart, and you're ready to move forward. So that's where the Lovers is. And I remember you saying something about that's in the Lovers position. So then Lovers, and so I said, okay, well, what does that mean? A new love coming, or she's in love with somebody? And they showed me a question mark. And so the next card that immediately fell out was the Magician. You get to decide. And I heard, ask her what she wants in love. Do you know your love language? Yeah, you like bad guys, but in that wanting a bad guy, how do you want him to treat you? I always tell men at this stage in my life, I'm a lady. I don't need all that smoke and mirrors, all that. Oh, I got all this money, I got all this stuff. I have money too, sir. I work and I take care of myself. And not to say that I don't need you, but I'm saying your smoke and mirrors don't impress me, your cars and your whatever, because you could have all those things and be terrible in the bank. You know what I'm saying? You could have, you know, a Ferrari, you could have a nice car, and then your bank account is at a double negative zero because you are spending more than you have in. So those things don't impress me. I'm a lady. I want you to treat me as a lady. I want you to recognize how to talk to me, how to be gentle with me, how to um engage me in conversation, how to go out on a date with me and not just be a hookup. A lot of things that are going on right now is a hookup society. Oh, we text a couple times, we go out and have dinner, then we go back to the place and we wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And then that's the extent of our relationship. A lot of people are saying I want something casual because what they want is sex, no strings attached. So when you define what you want at the beginning, people know. Like when I get into a conversation and you get to talk across, okay, we're gonna end this. I don't give you too many chances to be on there asking me ridiculous stuff and getting on sideways with me in a conversation. And I'm on the dating apps. I will shut down our own conversation quickly. Oh, okay, I can see that I don't want to talk to this person anymore because to me, and in my experience, and it may not be yours or anybody else's, I want something casual means I want sex, no strings attached, or I want to be able to call you and we just have sex. I've had people say, "Hey, do you want to be friends with benefits?" And I promptly say no. I don't even give you that. I don't even go into that. Oh, well, maybe it can develop into something else. Because if you're bold enough to say friends with benefits, that's exactly what you are, and I admire you for saying that. But that's just not what I want. So what they're telling me to ask you with this Magician card is, have you defined what you want? Do you want them tall, short, funny? Serious? Do you want him smart? Do you want him silly? Do you want him athletic? How do you want him? Do you know what you want? I know exactly what I want in that person. And if that person, like what Keena says all the time, decide what you want and reject everything that doesn't look like it. So if these people do not align with the things that I want, you're not tall, and you don't. You do have to be tall. I'm not even gonna lie and say, oh, you don't have to be tall. You do. If you're the same height as me or shorter, when I put my heels on, then I really don't listen to you. I can't hear you down there. You're too low. I'm already 5'4". If you're the same height as me when I put my heels on or shorter, ain't nobody respecting us. A person just gonna push you right on over and rob me. I need somebody who has a presence, who's taller than me, who I feel secure with. And so that doesn't mean that short guys aren't, you know what I'm saying, important. It's just my preference. So people don't come on bashing me like, oh, she don't like short people. That's just a preference. And so, do you know what you want in a relationship? Do you know what your love language is? Like, my love language is doing. Show me rather than tell me. You can tell me you love me all day, but if you don't return my text, you don't respond to my calls, you're cheating on me, you don't have time for me, you can't spend time for me, we're arguing all the time, that I don't believe that you love me. I don't believe that you want to be with me. I'm a person that needs for you to show me. You know that I like Starbucks, so you order Starbucks and send it to me because you know on Wednesdays I have a tough meeting. You know that I like a certain food, so you send me a certain food. That's where we go out for our special date. Like, I'm a person who likes to see things. So do you know what your love language is? That's what they're asking me. And so then I got the death and rebirth card, which is transformation. I love it. That's a spiritual transformation. Like, I feel like you've turned into a new person and you're over some of those things, like the things that you would have done in your 20s or your 30s or whatever. You're kind of breezing out of them and you're a new birth in this love thing. You're approaching love at a different way. I don't need all of that. Like, the things that may have impressed you before, you're kind of easing out of that and knowing that you're ready to settle into something more secure, settle into something more snuggly, because they keep showing me like a big teddy bear hugging you. And they're saying you're ready to settle into something that is comfortable, that is easy. Not everybody wants a lot of complications. We don't want to argue. We don't want to fuss. We don't want a headache. We just want to have a good time, laugh and joke and, and enjoy ourselves. And so I don't want anything that's hard. Like, if you come with a lot of drama, you got 2 or 3 baby mamas, yeah, you may be amicable with all them, but I don't want to be amicable with all them. I don't want to deal with all that. I'm not in my 20s and 30s anymore. My son is 17. He's about to graduate. You think I'm about to take you on with 3 baby mamas, a 5, 10, and an 8-year-old? No, I'm not about to do that. So I'm past. So there's certain things that I just won't deal with at this age in my life. So then I said, okay, it's her death and rebirth. What is it? So they showed me the Four of Pentacles, and they said you're holding your heart a little bit closer to you. You're being a little bit more protective. You're not releasing so much. You're holding on a little bit more tighter to your emotions, to your giving. Like, they showed me, like, where you used to be like a Six of Pentacles, you just give, 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 and it was unbalanced. Now you're holding back a little bit. Let me see what you have to offer emotionally before I release all the things that I have to you. And they're saying that's a good thing. That's a good way to go. But stick to that. Don't just meet somebody, then he's a bad boy. He got all the tattoos. He says a couple things that are witty. And then next thing you know, your panties fell off. What they're saying is be true to what you're saying in the moment. Like, it's one thing to have all those convictions before you meet Willie Lump Lump, and then when you meet Willie Lump Lump and he touch you on your shoulder and all them tingles go through your body and you be like, whoop, drip, 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 drip. Now you in the bed with this person, or you on the back of his motorcycle and y'all off to the sunset at the Sunlight Moon Hotel, and we about to have a romp overnight. So what they're saying is be mindful of your convictions and stay where you are. Stay who you are. Stay true to what you are, because you'll find that person. Sometimes spirit tests us to see, is she really where she was? She says she's a lady. She says this is what she wants. If I send her a person that is less than what she says, is she going to fall for that person in the loneliness, or is she going to move forward and try to stand in her spot? And I absolutely not, sir. I will absolutely not you in a minute. There's this one guy I met, and he's like, oh no, I'm a gentleman. I know how to treat a lady. Every conversation we end up talking about sex. Or he ends up talking about sex because I shut it down. Oh, I'm busy. I got a meeting. I got to go. Because we've already established that I told you that most men I've met only want sex, no strings attached. You say, oh no, I'm a gentleman. I want to get to know you. And then every other conversation is, ooh, I can't wait to blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I can't wait to blah, blah, blah. You are just like them. You're just disguising it under I'm a gentleman. You're not a gentleman. What you are is a horny old toad. And let me tell you, them 45, 50-year-olds, they is the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst. Just unhinged and just, it's like they're 45, they're in their 50s trying to be in their 20s. So they're trying to say the things that the 20-year-olds say, but you're in your 40s and you sound like somebody granddaddy asking, can they do blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, no, sir, you cannot. You cannot. And we will
Yeah.
not. And don't approach me like that.
And it sucks because that's my age group. I mean, I'm going to be 55 in another month. So, uh, yeah. And I'm like, I don't even want to date men my age. Either they fall asleep too early, or they just
They're very set in their ways, and then they're trying to be in that sexual revolution that the 20s are in, but you're doing it wrong. If you would just be who you are, it would be like, I mean,
be who you
are
are.
Listen, men are disgusting. Some of them are disgusting. Just
Yeah. So the
and
the
it'd be
late
like
30s.
conversation number one, our very first conversation. Just can I, sir? No.
Like, what?
Hello, Miss Linda. Hello.
Hello, Miss
Exactly,
Linda.
Nikki. Exactly. So, Miss Divine Empathic, I hope that helps you out. They're saying you're at a place where you decide how you want to go forward in love. You seem to be holding on to your emotions and to the things that you give and just continue to be that way. Love is there. Like I said, the lover's card came up, but they put a question mark because you have to define
Hmm.
what it is. And it seems like you've defined it, but they want to know, are you going to stick to that, or are you going to, in the lateness of the night, just fall onto Willie Lump Lump, like, oh, I fell on his penis. So that's what they're saying. Like, be mindful of what it is and continue to get out there. Like, they don't want you to pull back into hermit mode and decide you're not going to date. Stay out there, mindful of the people, and kind of change it where you meet people. Like, I was going to the bars and the clubs all the time, and I was getting the very young guys, the want to hook up guys. And what they're saying is actually just so I change it. Let me do online dating. Let me go to some different places. Let me meet people at other spots. And so I'm meeting different people. It not necessarily better, older, but not necessarily better, but a different genre of people. And so I'm learning how to navigate the whole dating world and how to be very direct. No, no, no. This one dude told me, "Oh, you got the kind of face that when you smile is real pretty, but when you're not smiling, it look like you want to beat my ass." So I said, "Well, do I still look pretty when I want to beat your ass?" Like, I don't know. Like, what's the difference? Are you saying I'm ugly when I want to beat your ass? Like, he was like, "Well, we'll see." Well, what does that mean? And then he gonna say, "Where you from, gangster?" I was like, "Get on my business." But yeah, it's some characters out there, some characters. And listen,
Oh,
I hate to even say that my dating range is like 45 to 55. I'm about to lower it because some 55-year-olds be ready to just mate with somebody and then have you cooking and cleaning and just, sir, I
yes.
am not your
I've
babe.
I've lowered mine. I don't tend to go out with men 55, 57. It definitely. I was actually just hanging out with this guy for the last 6 months. The guy that lives in Sedona, and come to find out, he's still married. He thought his divorce papers were going through. Oh, and he has been having an affair with another lady who lives in Michigan. And then she comes out here to visit him, and then I'm like, wait, like, we're not friends with
And you
benefits.
just supposed to be okay with that.
Like, I'm not gonna be okay with that. I said, you're manipulative, very manipulative, because my dating profile says the same thing the day I met you as it does today. No friends with benefits, not down to fuck.
Listen,
And we didn't get that far, thank goodness, but it was still, I mean, he was the one that was going to baseball games and football games and concerts and demolition derbies and having a great time, but he was putting romance in it instead of friendship. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Thanks. No thanks.
listen.
And then call
Luckily,
me.
I've met a lot of people that are very upfront. Like, they'll tell you right up front what their kink is, what they want. Like this one
Yeah.
dude, day one. Hey, how you doing, Angie? I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Have
Blah blah
you
blah. Do you wear stockings? I was like, not in about 20 years. Like, I don't wear stockings. Would you wear them for me? Okay, I can see where this is going, creeper.
buddy? Have you had anybody ask you to peg them?
Yes, yes. First of all, I had to ask him, what is that? And then he told me, and I was like, and I was exactly polite. And
Absolutely
y'all
fucking
listen,
not.
if you look it up, don't have no kids in the room because Lord help the child. I was like, no, thank you, sir. I do not do that. No, I don't.
Do
But
not
yeah,
do
he
that.
did ask
Yeah.
me. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I've had that. I've had that.
so
I've
then
had
this
asked
one
to
guy
be.
I met, he was bisexual. He was like, I'm bisexual. Do you mind that? I was like, I prefer, he was like, have you ever dated somebody bisexual? I said, no. He said, do you only date men who are heterosexual? I said, yes. He said, are you sure? Pretty sure. Pretty sure, sir.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
you
I'm not telling you what peg mean. And if you look it up, you are going to be like, oh my.
oh my.
PG-13 on here, baby.
Um,
Listen, listen, listen. I was like, no. Well, actually, I can't tell you what it is. Peggy means to put the woman puts on the strap on, and then she does him. That's what he wanted me to do. And I was like, oh, no, sir, I will not.
No. Have you had anybody ask you they want to be a cuckold? I've had that one. I was like,
I have not had that, but the bisexual guy was the next one. And then I had the stockings guy, and I just kept getting a picture of him like taking the stockings, like he wanted lingerie, which I understood that, but I felt like he was gonna take the stockings off and just like choke the shit out of me. Like I don't know, absolutely not. No. Like,
yeah,
listen,
I've
y'all,
had the
navigating the dating
stockings. I've
world is
had,
crazy, crazy. And I'm not mad at your kinks. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gonna do. And once you introduce and tell me what it is, I tell you no, and then that's just it, or yes, or whatever it is. But you know, listen. I've learned a lot on the apps. Like, what? Look, I be on Google. Like, what is that? And then a picture come up. I'll be like, oh,
just
or I
ask
text my
me.
friend and be like, why did he ask me
Mhm.
that? She's like, oh, he wants you to blah, blah, blah. Nope, nope,
Yeah. Nope.
no.
Just ask me. I could tell you.
Exactly. So, Miss Divine Empathic, Tarot, I know you got a lot more out of that conversation than you wanted, but I'm just telling y'all, if y'all think about getting on the apps, that's what's out there. The dating pool has pee in it and poop. Like it is just, and again, I'm not mad at your kinks or anything like that. I'm just saying, just woo. That'd be a lot for a first conversation. Like they be coming in like, hey, my name is Frank.
Mhm.
Okay, Frank, how you doing? Hey, so do you blah blah blah? I'd be like, damn.
Damn.
Hi Nala or Nayla. Is it Nayla? 101. Nice to see you. Um, can I have a love reading on Amazon? I can give you a love reading in general, but I can't tell you somebody else's thoughts because I don't have their permission. And that's my own personal thing where if that person doesn't give me permission to read them, then I can't. So I can't tell you what their thoughts are to you, but I can give you a general love reading, Miss Nayla. Miss Linda said, and people wonder why I'm okay being single. Listen, I'm telling you, listen. Kenna, you can put the next person up. There are 7 people in the queue ahead of you, Miss Naila. So just give us a little bit of you know, of I don't even know what the word I'm trying to use. Like I feel like I'm foggy brained. Like Jesus Christ, people.
Maybe you need some tea. I
Listen,
got
I
brain fog
probably do need
tea.
some tea or something because I'm just not feeling
And
it.
I'm actually, because these teas are not individualized, they're only $15 a bag or two for 25.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, they're not, because they're not like, I didn't do a reading to get these flavors.
Okay, now I'm gonna need you
These,
to customize mine and add a little extra, extra in it. Like this bag is for Angie. What else does she need?
yeah, this bag is for Angie. She needs some more red raspberry leaf.
Okay. Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? You were right on the money when you first remember when I first asked you for the tea for like, and I wanted it to have that. What is that one thing that makes you the little blue flower that makes you more
Blue Lotus.
Blue Lotus.
Blue
I want you to
Lotus.
put that in there. Do you said, "Oh, my guys told me to tell to make this hormone tea for you"? You were right on the
Hmm.
money because all the things that I went through this weekend ended up being associated with all that stuff. Eventually, down the line, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, they told me.
All right.
Do you need
So
more
guys,
of that
listen.
raspberry?
Uh, I was yeah. Listen. God, my words are not coming. Yes, yes, yes. All you in the chat? Did any of you do anything special for 11/11? Let us know. Like, did you do anything special? Did you have any special rituals? A full moon's coming up, right? We already had the new moon. I just passed right on over the new moon because the new moons be hard. I'll be ready for the full moon. Just let it go. Keena says she slept all day. I slept pretty good yesterday, and then I went in and did a double at Amazon. Miss Linda said, "How you feeling, Miss Sheri?"
I'm okay. I've only wanted to kill people a couple of days. I had to
Oh,
be
the new moon
honest.
is Monday.
uh,
Keena said she forgot it was 11/11.
Um, I have to tell you, okay, so Angie took me to the hospital and then Angie picked me up. And I honestly only remember part of the ride home. I don't even
It was
remember.
knocked out. Me and Peyton was cracking up.
I don't even remember. I remember getting out of her car, grabbing my eyeglass wiper thing because it was there, but I don't even remember walking to the door. And I don't remember getting undressed or in bed or
You
nothing.
fell
And then I
asleep,
go,
like, you would be talking to us, and
"Eh,
then she was just and I was trying to drive, where I wouldn't be bouncing on the, and messing up her arm and
um,
everything. You were so
um,
out of it, and they had gave you like a shot or something too, and you was just like,
they
you
gave
were
me
having
so
good
much
rest.
Demerol. I mean, Dilaudid, because I can't do Demerol or morphine, but they gave me so much Dilaudid, and and then my arm was completely numb. So they're like, "Here, go get dressed." And they took the sling off after the surgery, and my arm just fell to the side, and I was like, "Move up!" And I couldn't even move my arm up to get dressed, and so I'm just like, I can't move my arm, and that was
Miss
really
Vanessa,
kind of
are you
funny.
still here? Yes, she was doped up, Miss Linda. She was out of it, but she was feeling no pain, at least for the car ride home. I got her
Yeah,
there in
no,
one piece
and
and back.
she did. She definitely did. And then the first 2 days, it was pretty much in bed. And then, actually, the second day, Saturday, my ex-husband came over and I got dressed and he took me to the herb shop and helped me get herbs. And then Sunday, he came over and made me get up. And I think that's when we walked to downtown, or did we go somewhere? I don't remember. But he'd come over like every other day to make sure that I would get up, go walking, go do stuff and not lay in bed all day. And then last Saturday we went to the mall up here. And then when I was in Oregano's using the bathroom, getting redressed is one of the hardest things because you're in this big, huge thing. And I hurt myself. And so Sunday and Monday I ended up staying in bed. And I actually, so everybody knows that I don't partake in the devil's lettuce. I do I'll do CBD
Devil's
gummies.
lettuce. I like that.
I'll take CBD gummies. But that particular night, I took a hit off my son's pin and I was still in so much pain. And I was like, all right, I'll take the Vicodin now. So I took Vicodin for 2 days, a week after my surgery. And then I thought I really messed something up, but then I woke up and it was fine.
Vanessa, Nikki, Cora, whichever one of you are still here, you're is in that order. Vanessa, then Nikki, then Cora, then Brock's Queen. So whoever pings in first, we'll go ahead and read you because Vanessa hasn't answered to say she's there. Um, but oh yeah, Miss Vanessa did say she there. My bad. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Vanessa is still here, so we gonna read her. She said a general and that she hopes you feel better. Okay. Listen, Miss Linda, it was something else I was about to say about the surgery center. When we got there, we were listen. We went first of all. It was at the casino. That's what I was about to say. We thought we were going the wrong way. It was at like Casino Arizona, and we were like, "Why are we going to the casino? This don't seem right." And it's just off to the side, like in a parking lot where the casino is, a little surgery center. So we get there, ain't no staff there. We come in, we get there before the staff, and we just chilling making coffee, just sitting there talking to each other. Then they come in and turn on the lights, and we just sitting there. So then they get her ready for surgery. She goes to surgery. They've been texting me. The doctor called me. Everything was fine, but it was crazy. It was at the casino. Like that's where the surgery center was. And I was like, well, I mean, I guess a little cheap surgery center at the casino. All right, people. So Miss Vanessa, you can go ahead and start her. She just says a general reading. Oh, I love a general. Let me get these. Let me put these love cards down to get something else, Miss Vanessa. Woo! You just made my day.
Miss Vanessa, do you have a female person in your life that is negative, that is causing you grief, that is, and it's like you see her as a female of authority, above you, like a parent, aunt, grandparent, and they're not very, very kind. Um, so I see that person in a position that's causing you self-doubt and it's causing you to not believe in yourself. Um, then I get the 10 of clubs, which tells me that because of this, there's a lot of worrying, a lot of self-destructive behavior because of the self-doubt. And then I received the Two of Hearts, which for me means, and it's in a future position, that that you're going to work yourself out of this. That I don't know if this person has passed and you're still trying to live up to their expectations.
She said sister.
Yeah, so fuck them. I mean, this is about you, not about them. What they think about you is none of your business. If they choose to tell you how they think about you, you can choose to not listen. I think
Listen,
once
I
you,
will tell people in a minute, thank you for your unsolicited opinion. I do not have to do that.
I do not have to hear you. But I
Unsolicited
see you as
opinion.
great. But I see you as overcoming this and moving forward, because you need to stop comparing yourself to her also. That's another thing. That's what I got.
So,
Wow. That's a huge dynamic.
I'm sorry, were you finished? Because I was about to jump right on.
I said that it's a huge dynamic. So it's like a huge thing between her and her sister. It's been going on for a really, really, really long time. And it's going to be hard to change that mindset, to fix the stinking thinking. But every time you hear something bad in your head about what she thinks of you, remind yourself of something good that you've done.
Dre 00723. Just type your question and Keena will post your question. There's 7 people ahead of you right now in the queue. So just go ahead and type your question and that's how you get on the list. But Miss Vanessa, so my imagery has been very, very, very vivid. And so immediately when I got into your energy, this X was for your highest and greatest good. They showed me, I heard spread the news. Like maybe you are a very religious person. I said, oh, okay, well, where are we going with this? And then they showed me like the queen, like Roman Catholic, or like the Catholic face, and she's standing there like this, but she's holding a ruler, like you better not. So I feel like you're going through a transformational stage where you're questioning your foundations or you're questioning your religious belief or what way you want to move forward. And so they show me that, and they show me her peering down at you like, you better not move, you better not change, you better stay exactly the way you are, and you being a little bit fearful to explore where you want to go. Um, um, where you want to go forward with your faith and how you want to move forward. And so what they're showing me is like you're questioning your foundation is shaky. Like they're showing me like an earthquake and everything that's kind of rumbling and bumbling and tearing apart because you're not really sure how you want to move forward. You know that you know that being Catholic is, and I don't know if you are Catholic, but that's how they're showing it to me. It's like a very strict thing, like you're very on a very short lease with the Catholic Church or with that religious faith, and you're kind of trying to explore something that'll bring you a little bit more joy, and you're thinking about doing other things, but you're afraid, like, where will this lead me? Will this take me down a path that's extremely different than where I'm going, or will I get into something demonic? And they're saying no, you control how you go. Getting different information and comparing it to what you already know or just finding information does not hurt. It helps you to understand either I'm all in on this religion or I'm exploring something else and I like it. I'm a person that religion was very restrictive to me because they said it was only this door you could go through. Spirituality has opened up many paths to me, and I can speak to the Lord this way, and I can meet my higher power this way, and then my source is here, and it's giving me more avenues to be open to things. And so they're showing me that you're having a little bit hard time or a struggle and how you want to move forward in your faith. But then the card that fell out was the Chariot card, and I like the way they do this Chariot card. it's a snail because you're on a slow, steady roll forward. You're not moving too fast. You're not going from extreme religion to extreme spirituality. You're coming along very slowly, and you're trying to be mindful of the things that you put into your mind, your body, and your soul, and the things that you are understanding. You're not believing everything too much. Like, I question everything when people be like, "Oh, well, there's a blah blah blah, or the prism blah 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 this, or the light codes that." Where did you get those light codes? How do you know about light codes? Who told you about that? What source of information? Are you just regurgitating something that you found online, or are you finding something? Kina, can you put up Miss Linda's quote
Yes.
for Vanessa? Like, or are you just regurgitating something that I love saying, Keena, can you do that? I feel so official, like we on a for real TV show, and Keena is our producer in the background doing everything for us. Like, it feels so official when I be like, Keena, can you blah blah blah? Like, I really feel like we are on the precipice of something. So Sheri, Beery, listen, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Keena is our producer, and she getting our stuff ready in the background.
She
But
yeah,
that's our thing. Like, you, like, I like, they're saying it's okay to explore. It, one doesn't diminish the other. Exploring Buddhism doesn't diminish Catholic being Catholic. You know, exploring something else doesn't make baptism be less. It helps you. It either enhances. It helps you to find where your flaws are or what you don't like about it. Like, I like different things of different religions, and so I put them all in and let them bring me joy. But my one thing that I've got out of this whole spiritual journey is that my connection needs to go this way, to my higher power. I need that connection to my soul source, to who I believe in. I don't need somebody else to regurgitate something to me that's written in a book and tell me that it has to be this way. When, if you believe that it's a living God and that this is a live God, why wouldn't you just communicate them and ask them personally what they need, instead of reading something that was made in a patriarchal society that really diminished women? So I like to go straight to the source. Hey, what do you want me to do? And my guides tell me, hey, this is what you need to do. I had a health scare over the weekend. And so when I woke up, I was really, really thinking about how much it was going to cost me financially, and, what feelings I was going through, and what the things that I was feeling physically and emotionally. And they said, you're good, you're fine, you're on the road to recover. This is all you needed. We are working on everything. Calm down, relax. The money's going to be okay. The bills are going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And so they just calmed me down, because as soon as I woke up, I could hear them saying, you're fine, Angie. This is okay. You're feeling this, but this is what it is. And letting me know that the treatment plan is already in progress on the physical side in my 3D, but also in the 5D on my spiritual side. They're working on it to calm me. But that's because I developed a connection with my higher power. And what they're saying is, you need to develop a connection with your higher power, because the next thing came out was the Six of Pentacles, that give and take. Does your religious freedom or the things that you believe in give you that give and take? If you ask a question, do you get a response? If you have something that you need to know, or you need to be guided in some way, are you receiving that, or are you just asking questions that are being unanswered? And that's what religion was for me, a whole bunch of unanswered questions that I couldn't get to. And so what they want you to do is to understand that this is a journey, and exploring doesn't hurt you, and that you can move forward in positivity and get what it is you need. The thing at the bottom, the overall energy that came up for you at the bottom of the deck was a 10 of Pentacles. That's abundance. That's moving towards your happy space. That's blessings. That's abundance to come. And then they're showing me the 2024. But you have to decide in your head how you want to move forward. Are you going to feed your fear, or are you going to feed your faith? And then what faith are you going to feed, and how are you going to explore your faith? So you decide how your 2024 is going to be. Is it going to be a repeat of 2023 and the years past, or is it going to be something new and dynamic? I can tell you that as I explore this, it gets better every single year for me. Everything that I've learned takes me to a higher level of thinking, to a higher connection with my source. And so I get more and more out of it, more gratitude. Like, they tried to teach me gratitude and religion, but I had so many questions. It didn't, like, I felt like I was faking the gratitude. Well, now that I have this connection, I am grateful for everything that I receive, but in a genuine way, because I understand, and I'm getting the answers that I need, and I'm getting the guidance that I need, and I'm getting the understanding that I need. So what they're saying is, move forward. You can have this 10 of Pentacles in 2024, but how are you going to drive that? How are you going to connect with your higher power to get it? You need to be going this way and not this way. And you seem to get a lot of information from outside sources that continue to tell you what to do, or how you should be, or judging you on how they would live their life, Well, it's always nice to say, oh, I would do this if I was in your situation, but that's not always true, because a lot of things that I've said that I would do, when I get in that situation, I take them totally different. And so you have to learn that in your situation, what you say in one before you're in a situation is not how you react when you're in that situation. And so your connection needs to be strong with your source and not with what people are telling you, because they're telling you through the light of their experiences and not through the light of your experiences. So really, this is a faith walk for you. That is truly clear. And so Miss Linda said, I feel like your sister is trying to hold you back from being all that you are and can be, because you will overshadow her, and she's insecure and doesn't want you to steal the show. I didn't get any of your sister energy. I mine was solely concentrated on your faith, and in being strong in your faith, you can overshadow those things. You can pray for a better relationship with them. One of the things I do now, one of the things you could say now is, I'm so glad that relationship with my sister has changed. I'm so glad that she's more accepting of me and all the things that I believe in. And you can proactively speak those things into existence. Like, we didn't come out this way with this negative attitude or with these kind of belief system. We learned these things. And so we just have to reprogram ourselves to believe. I had to reprogram myself to believe in affirmations, to believe in positivity, to believe in the law of attraction, because religion said you had to go to the Lord humbly begging for things that he had already given to you. If in the Bible it said it is done, it is finished, and I've given you everything, why am I still begging you for things? That's like me buying my son a car, and then he comes to me and says, Mom, can you take me to work? I already gave you the car, the vehicle, with the keys. Why would you then come to me and ask me for something I've already given you? You already have transportation. And that's kind of how religion was for me. I'm not saying it was that way for everybody else, but that's how it was for me. I had to give, I was asking for things that had already been promised to me or that had already been granted for me, when all I had to do was claim them, accept them, and pull them toward me. So that's the difference between religion and spirituality for me. So I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you an outlook moving forward. And they're telling me to tell you, have fun for the holidays. Don't let anybody be a wet blanket on you. Have fun. Enjoy the things that you want to do. If you don't want to do what everybody else is doing, don't do it. Like my sisters and them, they really want to have a traditional meal for Thanksgiving. I don't want that. A couple of weeks ago, I had, my grandmother came to visit me, spiritually, and I had all the Thanksgiving food. I had the dressing, I had the ham, I had the greens, I had all those things. And so I don't want that for a meal for Thanksgiving. I want something a little bit different. And so I'm thinking about just ordering some food, and then me and my son maybe going to a movie or doing something totally different, because I just want something different. And you have to be okay with changing your plans and not going along with what everybody else wants, if that's what you want. And not to say that you have to rock the boat, you just decide. And my sisters are very, very understanding, that they was like, oh, well, nobody's forcing you. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it that way, because that's what they really, really want. And that's what they're going to do. But I want to do something different. And what they're saying is, be okay rocking the boat or doing the things your way without feeling pressure to do it that way. If that's not what you want to do, then don't do it. But I hope that does help you to move forward. All right, Keena, who's next?
You
You're
could come
welcome,
to
Miss
my
Vanessa.
house.
It's always good to see you. What you doing for Thanksgiving?
We're making, well, my traditional Thanksgiving, I grew up with it as an Italian family. I'm not Italian that I know of, but my stepdad was. So that's what I grew up on. So I'm doing sausage, peppers, potatoes, and baked rigatoni.
Oh my gosh, sausage and peppers and potatoes. Let me tell you, the first time my sister made that, I don't know if we were having one of our Lewis sisters' day of fun or like a girls' day or something, or it might have been a holiday or something that we were making it. And she did that. She like bought these different kind of spicy sausages, like two or three different kind of sausages. She put like bell peppers and stuff in it, and she did the potatoes. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so freaking good. That is good. Hi, Miss Arisha. How are you? Let me tell you something. If you had to block somebody, then no, unblocking them is not a good idea, Miss Arisha.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any good vibes from that. Like, I immediately tapped into it, and I got, why did you have to block that person in the first place? Why would you want to go back into your misery? That's like the firefighter come and rescue you in front of fire. You like, well, you know what? Maybe I should go back in there and see if I can withstand the heat. Why? No, I rescued you from it. And let me tell you this. If you were led to block that person, then just move on. If they weren't positive, if they weren't something that you want, like a lot of times we feel bad. We're taught forgiveness. Oh, you should forgive this person. I can forgive you and no longer have contact with you. I can forgive you and walk past you like you were never born. Like I have exes, I can walk past you and never even see you. Oh, Angie, you don't see me? Excuse me, sir. Who are you? Like I never even knew you. But because I forgive you or because I move on doesn't mean that I still have to have contact with you. There's a reason you block this person, so move on, honey. Don't keep going back. Don't keep going back into the fire and getting burned by something. Like, what is the purpose of having this person in your life? What are you going back for? Are you lonely? Are you just missing this person? Were they a good friend to you in the first place? Because if you had to block this person, there was something egregious that they did to you. Because when I started blocking people, Verizon, no, oh, she mad and she don't want to deal with these people. I'm not gonna keep going back to you and unblocking you and blocking you. I don't have time for that. I don't have that energy to keep giving to you over and over and over again. You obviously didn't get it right. And I'm not a person that's gonna keep giving you second, third, or fourth chances. And I feel like this is something that has been an issue over and over with you and this person, and you're just going back for what reason? Like think about why this is what spirit is telling me to tell you. Why did you block this person in the first place? What are you going back for? What is your expectation when you go back? Is this person aware of your expectation? And how do you think that you're going to move forward? Like, are you going to set boundaries or are you just going to unblock this person and go right back into the soup that you were already in? Or are you going to say, this is why I didn't like it and this is how we're going to move forward? Is this a person that is going to respect your boundaries? Or is this a person that's just going to keep doing whatever they did to get blocked in the first place? So you have to decide. They're saying be an adult about it and understand that you don't have to give your energy to anybody and you don't have to give them second chances and you don't have to go back. Like you can meet new people. So I hope that helps you out, Miss Arisha. Nikki said, can she get a general for the upcoming week? You can go ahead and start. I'm about to run over here and check on my steak and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so I got the 10 of diamonds, which is financial success, and yeah, there's the diamonds are pentacles, which is luck, fortune, happiness, social circles, and home. But the 10 is the financial success, the improvements. So I see good things coming with work. Then I have the 7 of hearts, which it's a love card, but I don't think it's like a person that's coming in for love. I believe it's work related. Like things at work are going to be better, uplifting, happy. There's improvement. And then I got the 2 of hearts, which is a union. Um, which is a partnership. Now, a partnership doesn't need to be with another person. It could be with something at work, like you're taking on a project with somebody else. But it feels as if the week is going to be a good, positive, fruitful week for you.
Hey, August Stone 96. I feel like I've seen you in here before. It's good to see you again.
I hope that helps you, Miss Nikki. Um, and I hope that makes sense.
Oh, Keena, you can stop putting people in the chat too. We're already an hour in, and we were on a strict 2 hour deadline because both of us have had a little bit of health issues, and we are strictly keeping it to 2 hours. We're not going over. So August is going to be the last person who is on the list. Dree 07 00723, you are already on the list if I'm not mistaken. You're the last person thus far, and then Keena's gonna add August Stone, and then that's it because we're gonna stick to a very strict 2 hours. I get the same vibe for you, Nikki, that it's going to be a good week because they immediately showed me like I felt like dancing. I felt like a Vegas vibe, like you want to get out, you kind of want to let your hair down, you want to kind of like have a party, you want to have some fun, like you want to get some adventure. I don't know if you have anything planned this weekend with friends or whatever, but I get kind of like a Vegas vibe. I get kind of like a party vibe, like you just want to let your hair down, like it's been a rough work week or it's been rough in life, and you just kind of want to party a little bit. And I heard go out and have a good time. Let me see what else I get for you. I heard, is it enough? Is a week enough? Like you need to overall, like you need to overall overhaul your mindset, like just be in that positive vibe and just not accept anything. Anytime somebody comes to you with any kind of negativity, just bop them right upside the head with one of these selenite wands. You need to clear your energy, and you don't need to bring that into my field. Just boop up. No, we're not having that. Just kind of not accepting anybody's negative energy, not letting anybody dump their negativity on you, because I feel like you're a very good sounding board. You're a person who allows people to come and talk to you, and you kind of try to help them out, and you kind of get caught up in their drama trying to help them out, like, oh, trying to give them advice and trying to help guide them along. And what they're saying is they're emotionally dumping too much on you, and it's heavy for you, and it kind of brings you down. And you seem to be an overall, like, very high spirited person, or a good person, or a happy, like kind of lighthearted person is how they're saying. Like, they're showing me your aura, and it feels very yellow, like very sunshine and lollipop. And that's why people are drawn to you. But they're drawn to you, and they're sucking up your aura, your energy, and your goodness and your light. And what they're saying is you need to just halt people. Oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I've learned to okay people to death. Like, I have this person, I was trying to help them, bring them along into a more of a spirit of positivity. And every single suggestion I gave them, they turned it down. Where nope, nope, this is the reason why. This is the reason why. Oh, okay. So now you just don't want me to help you. What you need is therapy, and what I'm not going to be is your therapist for free. Like, I'll be your listening ear, but I'm not going to be your therapist, because one, I'm not qualified to do that for you, and for two, if every suggestion I'm giving you, you don't you got a reason to block it down. You want to sit in that. You must be in that space where you want to sit into this negativity, and I'll let you sit there, but I'm not going to sit there with you and hold the umbrella while the rain just pounds us, when literally we could just step right outside into the sunshine and change our attitude. And I know that that seems like it's a rough stance to take, but I have to protect my energy just like you have to protect your energy. You're not going to keep come dumping your negativity on me, and I'm trying to turn water into wine, and you're just pouring out the wine like I don't want it. Do you know how much power it takes to turn water into wine? I don't either, but the Lord did it. And if I'm turning water into wine and you steady pouring it out, then you don't respect my boundaries. You don't respect my power and the things that I'm trying to give to you. So what they're saying is you need to just tell people to halt. Stop bringing all their bad negative energy to you so that you can move forward, because it also does kind of dim or diminish your ability to move forward, because you're always stuck in somebody else's drama, somebody else's issues, somebody else's let me help them, when you could be developing your own new ideas. Because they're showing me an Ace of Pentacles, which is new ideas, which is new thinking, which is new opportunities coming your way, but you're not able to fall into them or explore them, because you're always trying to help somebody else. And they're saying pull back and be a little bit more hermitish in your life, and then allow some of your own things to flourish and move forward. They're showing me cakes. So I don't know if this is a celebration or if you're a baker. Like, do you bake and you've been thinking about trying to sell your food or your goods or something? There's something about opportunities that are coming your way that you have not been exploring for yourself. Like, you have ideas and crafts and things that you could be doing, but you're not doing them because you're always mingling in something else. And not to say that you're a busybody. I feel like people come to you and you try to help them out the best you can, and you don't know how to turn people down and be like, oh, okay, well, like, I have somebody who has been hinting at wanting to come and have this as a place to possibly, oh, well, I'm thinking about coming, blah blah blah. Can I? Oh, that's unfortunate for you. No, you can't come stay here. No, it's just me and my son. We just have a two bedroom in this space, and no, we're not welcoming. The inn is closed. The inn is full. We're not accepting any more visitors, and no, absolutely not. So it's a harsh stand to take, but I can help you in any other way. I can give you a reading. You have to set your boundaries and know that you cannot allow people to dump all their negative energy on you, because it overshadows what they're doing. And so now you have all this extra dumped on energy, and your guides have to sift through all of this and pull all of this off of you and reset you. And so they're saying you do need to be reset, but they're showing me that maybe you could buy like one of those lava rock bracelets, or something that absorbs negative energy or that repels negative energy. And then you can then go ahead and get something that also draws in positive energy. Like, maybe you get black obsidian and quartz and amethyst together. Like get a bracelet that has all three on it. So the black obsidian will repel everybody, and then the amethyst will give you the clarity, and so will the quartz. Like I love. Oh, let me tell you, a fading quartz. I love a fading quartz. Exactly. Is that black
But it's
obsidian?
not, it's, no, this is a shungite, but it's
Oh,
still a black.
yeah. And you decide whatever your vibe is. Like some people likes tiger's eye. I have a tiger's eye too. But for me, black obsidian is the best. It's just kind of like, no, thank you. It just put a big hex up and be like, no, y'all not coming into Angie Energy. And when I say it shuts people down, it shuts people the fuck down.
That that is black obsidian. That little dot right there above my door, that's
Mhm.
black obsidian above my door. In fact,
Oh, and
it's
then
above
putting
all of my
salt
doors.
outside. Putting that salt outside your door. We talk about it all the time. Just getting some regular table salt and putting it outside the door that you come in and out of every month. And then and letting it absorb the negative energy or keep the negative energy out. And so there's a lot of ways that you can protect yourself without saying, oh, I'm protecting my energy. And you'll see people start to fall off. You'll see people start to fall back. You'll see people start to approach you better. And then you can just speak positivity and people will start to approach you in a different way, but you have to be consistent and learn how to just say no. Like people have learned that Angie's just not going to do it, or Angie just don't want to do it, and she'll just say no. And you have to come up with it. Because I used to be a person who'd be like, oh yeah, I'll go to stuff that I didn't want to go to. I'll do things that I didn't want to go, and do like, oh, everybody else is doing it, so I guess I should do it. I'll know you. No, no, thank you. That's just not where I want to go. That's not what I want to do. I'm not spending my money on something that I don't want to do, and you just don't do it. So that's where you learn how to move forward. Kina, is y'all going to the thing tonight?
What thing?
Is the comedy show tonight? Kina was supposed to be going to a comedy show. That all remember me. That all reminded me about the comedy show. Like everybody's going to this comedy show this night, and it's somebody like I don't dislike the person, but he's not a person that I would necessarily go and see. And so I was like, no, I don't want to go. Everybody else is going, and I declined to go. And so then next week, Wanda Sykes is going to be here, and I'm glad that I declined because now I get to go and see. You missed it, Kina. Oh, okay. You didn't go. Okay, somebody. Okay, it was a totally different thing. So both me and Keena said no. Oh, I thought you were going too. That's why I was wondering. Okay, so now me and Keena are going to see Wanda Sykes, and we declined this, and so it's just being able to decide, like, what, you all are doing this and I don't want to do it. Like even when we go on vacation together, like if we all are going somewhere and like they all want to go to this fancy restaurant and that's not a restaurant, like I'm not really big into Italian food, because I'm not really into all those sauces and stuff. And so they all want to go to a fancy Italian restaurant. We said no, we went somewhere else and we found something totally different to eat, and ours was just as good. But it's being able to set boundaries and say no when you want to say no and know what you mean. The song that I'm hearing right now is Justin Bieber. What do you mean when you want to say no, but you say yes, but you want to say no? What they're saying is let your no be your no. Decide your boundaries and move forward. And they're saying you're just letting people kind of dump their emotional baggage on you, and then you're having to carry it because they're showing me the 10 of wands in the light seers tarot, and they're saying you need to kind of push people off and their negative energy away, and then allow yourself to move forward in a way that is easier breezier for you, because there is a lot of things that is trying, like I literally see the 8 of wands, and it's your higher power sending you all this information is being blocked because there's so much other baggage on top. Like there's so many ideas. What did you say about, like, I asked you if you were a baker because they showed me like cupcakes and cakes like that. Is there some idea that you're trying to develop and you just haven't been able to move forward with it? They're saying your concentration isn't where it needs to be. Like this is where you need to be, and you're over here, and then you're over there, and then you're over there, when your focus needs to be on you and your new projects and the things that you would do to make you more money. They're showing that like this is your main source of income, and we're trying to give you an idea that will give you some more money, or that will be something that you would enjoy, and then it could be a second stream of income, or it could be something that would be so maybe it's a celebration because they're showing me cake, and cake is either a celebration or it's baking, and you're saying you're not a baker, but they're saying they're trying to send you all kinds of things and you're just not receiving them because you're not focused on receiving for yourself. You're focused on being a solution for somebody else. And they're saying now is the time for you to focus on you and to bring everything um into your own self-realization and move forward so that your 2024 can be a lot better than your 2023. Like, how do you want to move forward? Do you want to go into 2023 carrying everybody else's back? I mean, to 2024 carrying the same baggage from everybody else in 2023? Or do you want to move forward lighter and easy breezy and allow your higher power to move you forward? Because they are showing me that you are is a birthday or something coming up, because they won't let this cake go. It's a celebration. Is there a birthday or a baby shower or a wedding or something? Because there's something about a celebration and cake and you having a good time. Or maybe it's just that you need to celebrate, because now they're showing me the Three of Cups and they're saying, hey, you need to celebrate. You need to be happy. You need to find, like, maybe you need to hook up with a different crowd of people who are more into what you're into. Like, I have all kinds of sets of friends. I have a set of friends that that's my casino person. She like to go gamble. I have a set of friends that is my psychic squad and we do things together. And then I have my other friends, like we, might go out drinking and doing other stuff. And then sometimes I might combine them together, but I have multiple sets of friends. So I have people who do different things with me and have different interests. And so I don't always have to go to the same person. If she doesn't want to go to the museum, then I don't have anybody else to go with. I have multiple sets of friends that I can do. Not a lot, just Thanksgiving. Well, maybe that's what they're saying. You need to get out and celebrate. Like, even your answer seems kind of ho hum. No, nothing, just Thanksgiving. Just Thanksgiving. That's a time to be thankful and to have gratitude. And so they're saying you should feel the energy of the spirit and that positivity and that giving and that rejoicing. And you're kind of missing that. And they want you to kind of find that and to kind of get out there and have a good time. Like, you can come to our psychic squad class on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because we're back, we're Mountain Standard now. Um, and so,
Always.
and kind of meet us and get back on that, and meet new people. But what they're saying is you need a wider range of people that you can interact with. Okay. So I hope that helps you out. Who's next, Kenan? We have 8 people and we got like 45 minutes, so we about to roll with it. Dang, we got 8 people? Jesus Pete. Bronx Queen, may I have advice on what I can do to accomplish my goals and better myself? Well, what are you doing right now? Like, what is the problem? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Immediately when I was gonna say what's keeping you from accomplishing your goals, they show me like building blocks, like Lego blocks being built on top of each other, and you build them up, and then you get distracted and you turn around and boom, you knock it all down again. You have to start all over again. So it's like you get a good
That's
momentum. You start, you know what I'm saying? You start building things, and then you get distracted. Like you be like, what? Squirrel. Or somebody calls your name, or somebody has you do something else, and you turn your head, and then when you come back, you whip back around and you knock everything over, and you have to start all over again. You keep starting over from scratch, and they're saying that you need to just you need to kind of get a little bit more focused. And healing from a lot is, that does take a lot of energy, and that's fine. But they're saying don't use healing as an excuse. A lot of time people will be like, oh, I gotta heal, so that means that I can't move forward. You can move forward and heal at the same time. I am healing from things, but I'm also still productive. I have 3 jobs. I want to do this full time. Until this can pay my bills full time, I do this. I go to classes on Monday night. We teach class on Tuesday night. We go live on Wednesday night and on Sunday night. And I have 2 other jobs. Until my until this can pay for everything, I still have to have my corporate jobs in order to maintain myself. And they're saying you have 24 hours in a day. You don't need 24, you don't need 12 of them to just be healing. You can heal. Healing can take place in the background while you're actually actively living your life. Don't use healing as an excuse to say, oh, I can't move forward. Oh, I can't focus on what I'm doing. A lot of people be like, oh, well, I'm healing. Okay, well, you can heal and still do stuff. Sheri Berry's healing right now, but she's still on here doing readings. She's going to go back to work. She's still being proactive and productive. So healing doesn't mean that you just sit there and do nothing. There's a lot of things mentally you can do. There's a lot of things emotionally you can do. There's a lot of other things that you can do. You can still focus on your outward goals while healing. So what they're saying is don't use healing as an excuse to say that you can't. Hey, Miss Bonnie, that you are not able to move forward. And they're showing me that you need to focus on one thing. You kind of be like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, no, I want to do this. Oh, no, I want to do this. So they're showing me many, many doors, and they want you to kind of find something that you like. Like if you could wake up tomorrow and do whatever it is that you want to do, what would it be? If I could wake up tomorrow, this is what I would do, but I would do it on stage with an audience in a comedic way, but also in a therapeutic way. I would also probably have a show where there is more of a therapeutic side. I would also probably do seminars where there's books and workbooks to help you. So there's many different avenues of this that I want to do, and I see it forming in my head. But in order to get to those things, I have to get this working and get the momentum of this where I can get that recognition and get to that next level. So they're saying, if you could wake up tomorrow, what would it be that you want to do? I want a business. I just don't know which one I want to start. Okay, so what is it that you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy like working with your hands? Do you enjoy cooking? Do you enjoy doing hair? Do you enjoy doing makeup? Do you enjoy helping people? Like, what is it? At this point in your life, they're saying that you're just kind of getting like, oh, I want a business. Okay, well, a lot of things are business. OnlyFans is a business, honey. And as you see, that teacher who got fired from her job was making six figures at that job, baby. Was it seven figures? Because did she make a million? So OnlyFans is a business, but also is a bakery, and also is an IT business, and also is being a beautician, and also is being a psychic.
How did
So
they
there's many
find out
different
that
things.
she was on OnlyFans if
I
a
think a
parent
parent
or a
found out.
do it? Mm,
Exactly. So I'm being punished, but the parent, why would you all up in my business like that? That's what I'm just saying.
yeah,
You said a
yeah.
baking part. You said baking party planning, and I want to start a YouTube. And most okay, well, you want to start a YouTube, but YouTube is free. You can start. All you got to do for YouTube is literally create your page and then start uploading video. So that's cheap. That's fast. That don't take a lot. And literally, if you go back and see some of the stuff that we did like 3 years ago, and compared to what we're doing now, I don't know that it's a whole lot different. It's a whole lot better now than what we were doing back then. So it don't take much to start your YouTube. You want to, or you're doing it now. So go ahead and start the YouTube. Go ahead, create that page. Go ahead, start getting your content available and start just posting stuff. That's easy. That's free. That doesn't cost you anything. That is a not that's not even difficult to do. Okay, that's step number one. So we're ready. We're gonna start our YouTube page. Baking. It's about to be Thanksgiving. Hello, sunshine. Go ahead and start posting stuff on social media. Again, that's free. I bake. I'm selling things. It's about to be the holiday. Cakes, pies, cookies, desserts, all kinds of things that you can be selling. Okay, that's step number two. I'm going to sell these things. I'm going to try something small. I'm going to get the notice out there. You have 2 good weeks before Thanksgiving. You can start posting. Oh, I baked these cookies. I'm going to be selling them. Anybody want to place a pre-order, and then I'll bake these cookies and get them to you. You could do local in your neighborhood, or you could ship to people. That's another thing. That's two. That's easy. That's two things. I've given you two solutions already. Press record and upload your videos, post your videos of you cooking, and then start selling it. The other thing says is you want to be a party planner. Again, it's the holiday season. Plan a party for somebody. Plan a party for yourself. Plan a theme party and put it out there. One of the things that I see online all the time is when Beyonce's last Renaissance video album came out, people were planning Renaissance party, and you had to come there dressed like one of the characters, one of the songs from the party, like Cozy or Alien Superstar or Thick or whatever. You had to come in dressed like that, and then you had food and drink. So it was a themed party. If you want to be a party planning, plan a party and then put it online and let people see the highlights of you planning a party. All of these things are free that you can do and get free advertising, let people know what you're doing. The other thing said is you want to something about an Airbnb. I don't have no experience in that, but I'm pretty sure you can research that and find it out what you want to do. But do you want to deal with the hassle of having to book that for people, or be in control of an Airbnb where you have to worry about damages and things like that? Like, you have to think about the whole totality of the circumstances. Even with the baking thing, you still have to think about, how am I going to list the ingredients? How am I going to make sure everything is sanitary? What licenses do I need in order to be able to do that? Do I need a food handler's card? In Arizona, you need a food handler's card in order to sell food. So what are you doing to try to make these things happen? I've given you, just now, I've given you 4 different things you could do. Start the YouTube channel and start recording. Start baking and putting your goods on there and start selling them for the holiday. Go ahead and plan a party and then put that on there. So I've given you 3 different things. That's how you can start reaching your goals. Just start doing it. You don't need somebody to give you a 25-step plan on how to move forward or to motivate you. Just do it. They're showing me the Nike sign. They're saying, just start doing it. Stop saying that you're healing and that you need all this time to heal. Just do it. So what do you have for her, Miss
I
Sheri?
literally heard she needs to get out of her own way. I when you said what's stopping you, I heard she is. I mean, immediately.
Yeah.
So when I pulled cards, I got the Joker card, which is unknown, and then I got the Four of Spades, and spades or swords. The four is possible, like you have been going through stuff. You have been doing work, but I also get that you're in your own way. You make up your own excuses, you put up your own barriers. You have too many projects and then you get overwhelmed and then you don't want to do any of them. So you need to focus on one, get out of your own way and work on that one project first and foremost. That's really
So
what I
now that
heard.
I've given you all of those, what is the first thing that you're going to do tomorrow, Bronx Queen? Because we're all about action steps. We're all about moving forward. We're not about waiting till next week, to next year, to whatever. What are you going to do tomorrow? Do you already have a YouTube page set up? That's the first thing we're going to do, right? Tonight, we can go ahead and start the YouTube page. Well, you obviously have a YouTube page because you're on Bronx Queen. So, okay, we have the YouTube page. What is your content going to be? Like, what is it that you want to do on YouTube? And you all can go over to Bronx Queen's page and subscribe whenever she decides what she's going to do. So, what is it that you want to do on YouTube, Miss Bronx Queen? The next people on the list is Cora, Kathleen, and Kay. Are any of you here? Cora, Kathleen, and Kay. Whoever shows up first, that's who we're doing. It's you're on the list in that order. Cora, Kathleen, and Kay. So, who's next? Bronx Queen, did you leave or are you not gonna tell us? I have neighbors listing baked goods for the holidays on our neighborhood Facebook page. Exactly. I know lots of people who make good money during the holidays selling cookies and cakes and stuff because a lot of time maybe people are good at cooking dinner, but they don't want to do desserts or they're not good at doing desserts. I'm a person that will buy a pie in a minute. Listen, I'm going right over to Sam's Club and buy me one of them pumpkin pies, and that'll be it. I'm not going through all that trying to make a pumpkin pie. It's not worth it because it's just me and Brandon. For one, we're the only two who really likes it. And as a matter of fact, I might just go to Nothing But Cakes and get a pumpkin spice butt cake for me and him and call it a day. Like
Coming
literally,
over.
I could just bring you one.
I know
It's
where you
weird, but
live.
I'm trying YouTube mom hack, and I want it to be called Bougie Girl on a Budget. Okay, so what does Bougie Girl on a Budget do? She shows us how to do what? How to have a party that looks really nice, that that costs that is really inexpensive. Is that what Bougie Girl on a Budget does? Like, show us how you're doing that. How are you being Bougie Girl on a Budget? Give me an example of one thing that you've done that's bougie on a budget. And then you should display that just on there, like, oh, look at this hat. I have this blah 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 blah, and I got it for this price, and this is me showing it on YouTube or on whatever. Like, those are free things that you could do. If you're gonna do it, just do it. You don't need a lot of planning to do that stuff. Just do it. Let me tell you something that you should watch. On Netflix, there's this show called Glamorous Life or something, but it's Samantha from Sex in the City with one of the guys from one. He's like a YouTuber or something or a TikToker, and now they have a show together. And he's a makeup artist, and it's him learning the makeup business. Like, he thought he was all great because he had a TikTok page and all these followers, and he was like an influencer. And then he got into the makeup business, and he found out how hard it was or how much more work he needed to do. And so you need to watch that and like get a little bit of motivation from that. I'm enjoying watching that right now. It's called Glamorous Life or Glamorous something, but as soon as you go in there, you can find it. And it's Samantha from Sex and the City. You might love that. And it just helps you. And it's him overcoming his fears and learning that he didn't know as much as he thought he learned. He knew about life, and he's like 22. And so at this point, just do it. Literally, just hit record. All right. So I hope that I like stuff from the Dollar Tree, but make it exactly. Or do you know how many videos I'll watch on YouTube or
Oh,
Facebook or
yeah.
Instagram of people just taking stuff and just putting it together, taking two water bottles and making like a menorah candle out of that, or making some kind of candlestick. And I'll be like, I would have never thought of that. Like literally cutting the top. Like I literally saw somebody cut the top off of a bottle, paint it green, put leave the top on the bottom, put soil down in it, and put like little plants in it, and had a little decoration of a little potted plant, but it was literally the top of a bottle. Show me how to do that online. Like literally record the whole thing, speed it up, and then put it online. And that's how you get views. That's how you get people to do stuff like that. And then people start being like, well, shit, why would I do it? She could do it for me. Bronx Queen know how to do it. Let me have her do it. So be ready for that. Just put it online. Just let people see you doing it. Just do it. If you know how to do stuff like that, just do it. My friend will go on the dollar. My friend makes her own face stuff. She doesn't want the recognition of people asking her to do it, but that's what she do. She just take cheaper stuff and put it together and make her own face creams and her own body washes and her own toner and things like that. We like to see things like that. We're a very voyeuristic society, so we like to see things like that. Just show us that that's what you're doing. So go
I
ahead and
watched
put those things
somebody.
online. Like all your ideas sound good. Just show us that that's what you're doing. Did you record any of those things when you were doing it? So go ahead and record it and show it to us and let us see you doing it. And then let us know. We'll come and watch it on YouTube or TikTok or wherever you post it. Like you literally could have just let us all know, and we all would have went right over to your YouTube and subscribed and looked at it. So that's not a good thing. Come back Sunday, let us show us what you did to be like, oh, here's a link to whatever. We'll all come over and watch it. And then there's subscribers for you right now. We are about sharing and helping people do stuff. So tomorrow, what are you gonna do? What's the first thing you're gonna do tomorrow? What is your
Speaking
action
of
item for tomorrow?
subscribing, don't
Yeah.
forget to subscribe to us.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like,
Make sure you're
share.
subscribed to us. Make sure that you're been doing stuff like that for years. I started baking, but it didn't work. I thought to advertise on YouTube showing how to make. Yeah, how YouTube, Facebook, like most of the stuff I see is on Instagram or YouTube, but a lot of people will do TikTok and other stuff like that. Instagram is my kind of go-to. I'll just be scrolling my timeline and things will come up and I'll save it and be like, oh, that's a good hack. Maybe I'll do that later. And then sometimes I'll be like, well, shit, I can just buy it from that person. They already doing it. So go ahead and try it out. You never know. And tis the season. Tis the season. Do some stuff for Thanksgiving, some decorations. Like, look, people will take anything and make like a wreath on their door. Show us how to make a wreath on your door for cheap for Christmas. Show us how to do stuff like that. Or then do it and then sell it and be like, oh, I'll do it for you and just mark it up a little bit. Like if you could make a wreath for me for $20 and then you sell it for $25, or you can make it for $10 and you sell it to me for $20, you doubled your money because it probably only cost you $5 to make it. So go ahead and sell those things. Show us how you do it, and then go ahead and and don't listen. I'm not a person who knows how to edit a lot, so what you get is what you get. Like if you see me cooking something, you might see me spill some stuff, burn some stuff, do it. I ain't got time to be editing like that. But you may be creative like that. So get out there, good luck, and I hope that things work out for you. But they're telling me to tell you to just do it. Who's next, Keno? Who was the next person who was saying that they were ready? And if none of those people came in, the next person on the list after Cora, Kathleen, Kay is Nayla, Dree, and August. And I see Dree. Is it Dree? Am I saying that right? Drei. Am I saying your name correctly? She's here, so we can do her if Nayla isn't here, if Kay isn't here, if Kathleen isn't here. And you can take all them people off the list because I'm not holding their spot. Because we only got like 30 minutes left anyway. All right, Dree, you're ready. I am saying it right. Is it Dree, Drei? Is it Dree or Dre? Like Dr. Well, I want to say it right so when I ask the spirits who it is, I can say it correctly. Dre.
Gray.
Okay. Dre. Okay, cool. Dre. All right. And you want to know, can you do a relationship with my girl? Okay. I will do an overall love reading for you, but I cannot tap into her energy because I don't have permission. That's my own personal preference where I am not going to tap into somebody's energy who's not there. But I'll do a relationship read. I mean, I'll do like a general love reading for you, Drew. So you can go ahead, Miss Sheri, for this person.
I get that there's been a lot of setbacks in this relationship with you two. A lot of interference, a lot of um, outside influences, um, a lot of baggage that you both have brought to the party per se. So there's lack of trust. Now, whether you guys have made that lack of trust from each other or you're basing it off of past relationships, is definitely something that you need to really kind of work through. Um, Currently not talking, separated almost a week. Well, I also got the 10 of spades, which means deep grief, but the worst is over and there is other things
Did
coming
you
to
cheat on her?
fruition.
Did you cheat on her?
Huh?
I'm asking him, did he cheat on her? Are you getting that vibe?
No, I'm getting like maybe some not truths, not cheating, not like physically cheating, but I'm thinking that she's not in it to win it.
That's the kind of vibe I'm getting too. Like he doesn't know
Yeah.
how she feels about him. Like she's kind of a stone wall right now. But I was trying to figure out
Mhm.
why she became that way. I don't feel like in the beginning that's how she was. I feel like it developed into
Mhm.
that over time. And so now she's very expressionless and he doesn't know how to move forward. Like I feel like he really does like her. But I got like there was
Mhm.
a serious issue that happened or a serious breakdown in communication. And like now she doesn't want to keep like I feel like she's maybe she felt like she's explained herself over and over and over again and you're not getting it. And she's like, I'm tired of explaining to myself. And so you seem to really like her. But let me tell you this, if somebody doesn't like you back, then move on and just let it go. Like if you're not
Yeah.
talking for whatever reason,
I
like what
feel
is the
like
reason that you're not
she's had trauma in her past and she kind of pulls the trauma or the baggage forward, not intentionally, but I that's kind of what I'm feeling. It and I'm trying not to tap into her. I really truly am. But I that's how it keeps coming is like she's had some really bad experiences with relationships. And because of that, she's pulls it forward unintentionally, which causes a lot of
Oh, that's
issue.
the brick wall that they were showing me. Like she's expressionless is how they're showing it to me. And so listen, you can decide right now, and this, and I'm
It
very matter of fact about it in my old age. I just don't have time to be dealing with it. Do I want to deal with this? Yes or no? Do I want to deal with somebody who I'm always walking on eggshells and trying to figure out is she gonna be mad because I bought her flowers and it wasn't the right kind of flowers? Like um Sheri
exactly.
Beery uses this example all the time. She'll say, Angie, what are your favorite flowers? Oh, and then she'll say, well, oh no, my favorite flowers are these. That doesn't mean that your favorite flowers isn't the right kind of flowers. It's just that they're not my favorite. And so, like, is she gonna blow up on you because you didn't know the right kind of flowers? Is she gonna blow up on you because her Starbucks wasn't hot enough or it didn't have three squirts and you asked for and instead of and it had two squirts? Like is it something that you want to deal with? Do you want that drama or do you just want to move forward? Like you don't have to stay with somebody's energy. You don't have to stay with this person. You seem to be a very gentle spirit and a very kind-hearted person. You
Hmm.
also
Hmm.
seem very young. Are you under 18? Um, I mean, you could reconcile, but I feel like you're going to be stepped all over. Like they showed me you being stepped over like a doormat, or you having to give a lot
Yeah.
more than you're receiving
I
because
think and yeah, I don't I and like I said, I'm really not trying to drag her
your
in, but I do
27,
think that
I
this
mean, you've had enough
is
experiences in 27 to know that you should just go ahead and move on. At
yeah,
this point,
I'm getting that too. And I feel like
yeah.
it's heartbreaking for you because you put a lot into it, but I don't think she's at the same place that you are. It's unfortunate.
Is she a little bit materialistic? Like she seems to be demanding in a way that is like again you're being punished for past relationships like well this person did this and so every new person has to be this way or that way and she's very rigid like she very seems to be very stonewall and you can decide that you don't want to be like you don't want to deal with that like I'm not a person that's going I'm not into build a bear. I'm not building a man up to be who he needs, you know what I'm saying? At this point in my life I did that in my 20s, I did that in my 30s. At this point in my life you need to be well established mentally, emotionally and physically and know what you want and moving forward in life. And I'm just not going to help you to kind of build your life together. Like in our 40s, and I'm closer to my 50s. I'm just not going to do that. In your 20s, if that's the kind of drama that you want to deal with, then that's fine. And in almost 2 years, do you see what, do you want this, do you want to move this forward 3 more years or 5 more years? Like, is this somebody that
And
you see married? Is this that person? Does it bring you joy? Like the last time that you two were on a date, did you have fun, or did you end up in an argument and it was kind of like, well, let's just go, and you just kind of tolerate her? Did you have fun? When I go out, I want to laugh, I want to have fun, I want to eat, I want to enjoy my time with you. If it's a strain every time I'm with you, oh, okay, well, let me walk on eggshells because she's not this and she's not that, then maybe I should move on. I don't see a reconciliation that is beneficial to you. I see a
mm-mm.
reconciliation because I see you going back regardless of what we're saying, because you're just gonna take it. But I don't see something that's beneficial for you. So I definitely see a reconciliation, but that's not beneficial to you. I feel like this is just where maybe you two both need some time apart to grow and to become who you need to be. And if in the end you come back together, that's fine. Or if you end up with somebody else, and that's totally fine too. But don't force something. Like they keep showing me a square peg trying to go into a round hole. You're trying to force yourself into a situation that isn't necessarily there anymore. People grow apart. In 2 years, you could decide that we're totally different people and that we don't want the same thing anymore. At this point in the relationship, you should be well established enough that you can just go and talk to her. What's the problem? What are we arguing about? What is it that you want, and move forward? You're the man in the situation. Take control of the situation. What are we arguing about? What are you upset about? What do you want me to do? And then decide whether that's what you want to do. If she's a listen, I can't deal with a whiny person. I'm a whiny person. I don't know how people deal with me because I will whine your ass to. I,
She likes red.
decide how you want your life to move forward. I do see you going back regardless of what we're saying, but I don't see it being in a light that is positive for you. Will you talk again? That's up to you. Just call her. Listen, if the person doesn't want to talk to you, respect their boundaries and don't talk to them. Just move on. Like, you don't need to ask me, will y'all talk again? Just reach out to her and talk to her. If she listen, and I know that's important to y'all in that 20-year-old age range. Unfollowing people and unblocking people, like that's serious to y'all, to unfollow people and stuff like that. If she unfollowed you, then maybe she doesn't want to talk to you. Give her what she wants and just move on. Let her see you go out on another date and see if she changed her attitude. Like sometimes people need to see what they're missing before they understand what they had. So maybe you just need to move on and find somebody else to date, and even if it's a superficial date, and let her see what she's missing. If she comes back, you'll take her back. You're not going to pass because you really do like her and you really do want this to work. But she seems to be very nonchalant and very
Who's
brick
next,
wall,
Tina?
like a brick wall about it, and not wanting to move forward. Or she's very like her way or no way. And I do see you going back to her. But again, it's not in a positive light if you do go back. And maybe you should just like listen. If she don't want to talk to you, she's blocked you and she's unfollowed you on social media. Respect that and keep moving on. Is there anybody else in the chat who wants a reading? Because Keena said she's tried to contact everybody else and nobody else showed up. So
All
Nyla,
right,
Kevin,
I'm done.
August, if none of you are here, then we're going to shut it down. Because we're almost at the
Go
2
shut it down.
mark in
Shut it down.
and move forward. And I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
I can go get my new cards and open them up. Like you seem to be like a very good person, and if somebody doesn't respect your boundaries, or somebody does, like again, did you ever tell me like your last date, was it a joyous date? Did it end on a good note, or did it end on something that was stressful and like you just being like tolerating it? Like what is it that you want to do? Was it a good date? Like your last encounter with her, was it good? Did you have a positive time? What is your last joyous memory? Was it 6 months ago? Was it 2 years ago? Or was it the last time that you encountered each other? I don't want to be in a situation where I'm always straining for something, where I'm always, having to fight and walk on eggshells. 2 months ago was the last time y'all had a good happiness. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on because obviously joy and happiness isn't what you want. And you have to remember this: you're not a therapist. You can't heal her wounds. You can't be what she needs to be. Sometimes we need to disconnect, heal ourselves so that we're two whole people. You can't come in trying to solve her problems. Sometimes we need to disconnect and solve them ourselves and become a whole new person. Like I said, 20 years ago, Angie would have been on cops with her boyfriend. She was volatile,
Mhm.
she was popping off at the mouth. She would have went toe to toe. She would have bopped you upside the head with this, and had no problem sitting in the back of a police car because she was volatile. She was, very strong willed. She was popping off at the mouth, and she didn't care. This Angie, who's dated some, who understand what she want in life, she ain't got time for the drama. She would just disconnect from you and move on. 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. Okay, this just isn't working. There's no more joy in it. I'm gonna move on. I'm not a ride or die. I'm gonna go and have to just move on. I'm gonna protect my peace at all costs. Okay. She lost her job. So so because she lost her job, that means she gets to be mean to you. People lose their jobs all the time. That don't mean that they get to be mean to you. That don't mean they get to treat you like shit. I had a flat tire.
Amen, sister.
I've got a flat tire on the way to work. That don't mean that I get to go into work and just cuss everybody out because I had a flat tire. Bad things happen to people. It cost me $200 to get the tire fixed. I had to get a tow truck. I end up being late for work, but that doesn't mean I go in and dump all that in on the people at work. So I wish the best for you, and I hope everything works out for you. But like I said, maybe if she sees you dating somebody else or sees you having a good time with somebody else, she'll understand what she lost, and then maybe she'll change her attitude. But you have to set your boundaries. If you two were to go back, what would you want her to change? What would make you happy in this situation? You have to decide that. What are your deal breakers? Like, what is it that she's doing that is making you unhappy? And have you discussed these things? And how do you want to move forward? So if she calls back, how do you want to move forward? What is it that you want to change in a relationship that will bring you both joy? Those are the things that you have to decide. She needs to be more mature. And at 30, some people aren't that mature yet. You're still in that party stage. So maybe she's just not ready for the level of commitment that you're ready for. But you do seem like a good person, and I hope that you move forward in positivity. So there's nobody else in the chat. So that's it. We're going to be done. It was good seeing you all. I hope you all enjoyed it. Welcome back, Sheri Berry. I'm glad that we, had this time to spend together. We'll be back on Sunday again together. Me and Don will be back on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Shauna will be back tomorrow morning with tea time. I'm not exactly sure of the time, but if you go in my subscription and you find Naturally Divine Goddess, you can go ahead and subscribe to her. She'll be back on in the morning. But if you're also on my page, I always share who's ever live on my Facebook. Okay, and my Facebook is Angie Lewis, and my YouTube is A5says. I think I don't know. I'm so bad at this. Like I'm terrible at this. That's why Keena the producer in the background. 'Cause I'm terrible.
Yep. And I'm still doing bay leaf readings or bay leaf blessings, I should say.
Oh yeah.
And huh?
Oh, I was gonna say, oh yes, go ahead. Finish.
And then I still have some tea left over from my event yesterday. So you can email me.
Explain to them
They're
what the
at a
Bailey blessings are. Let them know what the Bailey blessings are.
Oh, if you email me at sherrybeeryteas@gmail.com and ask me to write on a bay leaf like love, money, abundance, blah, 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 um, I will write it on a bay leaf and burn it for you in a blessings ritual. You can ask Angie about those.
Listen, one day I was having a bad day
I've
and I
snuck
didn't
them
want
in
to
on
do it.
her.
We were supposed to go live and I was having a bad day and I was like, I just don't feel like it. I'm just in bad energy. She did a bay leaf. She lit a bay leaf, set some intentions for it, and then I was just overwhelmed with the joyous, happy feeling. I didn't understand why so much joy was hitting me, but she in the background had did a bay leaf blessing for me, and I didn't even know it. Like I didn't even ask her to do it. She just set the intention and sent it to me, and it was received, and I was just flooded with good emotions. And so
And then
those
I
are
told her a week later.
yeah. And so there you go. So you can ask for that, and I think is it $5?
Yeah. Yeah.
$5.
Lots of bay leaf.
So you all have a good night, and it was good seeing you. It was good that you all welcomed us back, and see you all next week.